you get to the really the star of the game tonight, right? The player that everybody's clamoring to see more of, and that is Emoni Bates. And you guys know how I feel about Emoni. Like, I'm a huge fan. I want the kid to succeed. Every night he gives me more and more more and more reasons to reconsider my stance on him. And that is the fact that I believe that he should still start his career off with the Cleveland Charge to clean up some of the flaws that he has in this game, especially on the defensive end of the floor. But I got to tell you, this dude can shoot, and it's going to be harder and harder on JB Bickerstaff to resist the temptation to include him in the rotation purely off of that skill. And to be honest with you, like, if this shit keeps happening, if he's dropping the three, if he's not a liability on the defensive end of the floor, if he can at least be competent, right? Like, if you don't have to worry about him being blown by on drives to the basket, or he can at least defend the perimeter to a slight degree, and you can honestly see that possibly happening this season. If he's able to do these things, he's going to make it very hard on JB to keep him out of the rotation. Tonight, 16 points, I believe, 4 of 9 from 3-point range. I don't know what else to say about this kid that hasn't already been said. He has a shooter's mentality. You never have to worry about him taking the 3-point shot, especially if it's open. Hell, if it's not open, he's still going to let that shit fly. And there's a time and a place for that. And to be honest with you, it's very refreshing to see. When we're talking about Okoro, who has looked timid in the past to take that shot, it's refreshing to see, right? And for a kid that's just 19 years old to display that trait, that could pay dividends for this team in the long run. And make no bones about it, I will be the first person to tell you, if this shit keeps happening, if he keeps knocking down these shots, I'll be the first to tell you, hey, it might be time to reconsider rotation. As of right now, I'm still standing firm in where I'm at with that. I feel like the best course of action for him is still to remain with the Charge. But he's making it damn hard on me, man. He really gives us a lot of hope for the future, because the one thing that this team is missing, right, is that true wing, that true three out there, at least in size, because we know we have a very, very good and strong core. But the one thing that we've been missing for a while now is a true to size three. And Emoni Bates, he could be that and more. Obviously has a ton of size out there, I believe listed at 6'9" or so, 6'10" maybe. But you can clearly tell that the intangibles are there. He's confident in himself. He can shoot. The coaches obviously believe in his abilities, and it's only going to be a matter of time before they have to factor him in the rotation at some capacity, be it an in the bench role or right up in there playing heavy minutes. Will it be early on this season? Will it be towards the end of the season? Who knows? But I know the future is bright. This kid can shoot. And, I cannot wait to watch his development, because we knew for a long time, especially watching his tape at Eastern Michigan, he just didn't necessarily look focused. And I think the one thing that he's done here on a consistent basis, he's done more than one thing, obviously, but the biggest thing that stands out to me is the fact that he's just put his head down and worked. He's done nothing but what they have told him to do, right? And that's why you continue to hear good things about him. And that is a good sign for any young player to come out the gate, because if you can shoot and then you get in this system when JB Bickerstaff is known for taking guys to at least another level in their careers from a defensive standpoint, there's absolutely no reason why Emoni Bates could not eventually turn into a viable defender, or at least not a liability with that size. Obviously, at 170 plus pounds, you got to put on weight. You got to bulk up a little bit, but that will come in time. And if he can offset his defensive inefficiencies with that high level shooting, there's just no stopping that young man from improving. Every shot that he put up tonight, you felt like it had a chance of going in. And I was like holding my breath each time the kid shoots. And that's just a great feeling to have because it just kind of reminded me of Kyrie, like a young Kyrie when he was shooting the ball there, J.R. Smith when he was here, just that ability to let it fly. And we've seen obviously things, it's a gift and a curse, right? Because you've seen guys who have that confidence and just don't know when to turn it off, right? Like you have seen players like Dion Waiters come in here and just believe that they're the shit and they deserve the ball, they deserve the shots, and not not being willing to turn it down a notch. I don't get that sense from Emoni. I feel like he knows when to move the ball. We've seen him pass up a number of shots to dish off for a better look. Just saw one hell the other night against Orlando where he literally had probably about 5 to 10 feet of space to knock down a three ball, but instead he kicks it over to Dean Wade, who missed. But to see him be able to do something like that, it just kind of shows you that he's not going to be shot hunting each time that he's out there. I love that. And the one thing I keep seeing on social media is take a look at this guy's per 36 numbers. And I gotta believe that they got to be they gotta be up there. They gotta be pretty damn impressive because the production that he's been able to give you off the bench. There's just so much that I could say about the young fellow. I could gush all episode about him, but I won't do that because I don't want it to turn into an Emoni Bates love story over here. But I continue to be very, very impressed with what I've seen from the kid. And as long as he keeps this shit up, I don't see any way to feasibly keep him away from the rotation sooner or later. And I know a lot of people are wanting that to be from the jump, but you just got to be patient, right? This team is looking very deep, and he's just going to have to bide his time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's just a lot of mouths to feed ahead of him, and it's a good spot for him to fall into. At pick 49, the Cleveland Cavaliers probably got the steal of the 2023 draft, and that should have us all feeling good.